person, a fire person, a metal person, a space person. What is the other one? Earth, water, fire, air, wood. Okay, and now, ideally, everything's got to be about balance. That's why we see I am doing a lot of his alternate nostril breathing. It seems to be the message of yoga is great balance. If you want to get to where you want to get to, great balance, okay? That's why I'm doing the left side from one, right side from him. So, what is it that is balancing the elements? If you are off balance, let's say you're a fire person, okay? So you're a water person. What is it that's going to cause balance? Consciousness is going to cause balance. Spirit is going to cause balance. And so that is the same interchangeable word for wind. In Thailand they use wind to balance out the elements. So when I release this area right now, I'm going to release this area here, but any area, if you go into it, you come out of it slowly, you're opening a wind gate. And theoretically, that wind is a dragon awakening from a slumber. Or if you're more feminine oriented, it's the phoenix arising from the ashes. Okay? So when you find the femoral pulses, you guys, you find the femoral pulses, where are they? Here's the inguinal crease. They are below the inguinal crease on the inside of the leg. So you find the femoral pulses with the finding technique, which you probably won't use in the future. You'll just go right to the actual technique. But use the finding technique, okay? And then you displace your fingertips with your palms, like this. You can either just do the light version of this, which is a tabletop version, and or you can do the stronger version of this too, which is a simulated down facing dog pose. And I would stay here as long as I'm intuitively guided. There shouldn't even be one molecule of discomfort. Are you okay? Yep. It shouldn't even, it looks like it would cause all kinds of discomfort. You stay here as long as you're intuitively guided. When you come out of it, you find your inner drishti, you engage your bandhas, and you bring it to the surface, hopefully using some kind of prayer. You deflect it for a moment, and then you sit back in meditation, and you don't continue until you intuitively sense that that wellspring of vitality has subsided. Okay? When you go to China, when you go to these countries who are really celebrating spirit, here comes this immense dragon down the street, right? Big old dragon like this, and there's festivity, there's incense and music and firecrackers going off. That dragon is what you're awakening here also. And that dragon will go back into the system and will look for where there's an imbalance, and it will correct the imbalance. So I just want to emphasize that, my friends, for you, so that, you know, even if I'm going to walk up her legs right now, which everybody loves, is alternating palm walk. And let's say I decide to do sets of threes at any one location. Let's say I'm going to do sets of threes here. First one gentle, second one twice as long, twice as strong, and then the third one gentle again. When I release, my friends, what she's feeling and I'm feeling is all of this heat under that area. And that's the opening of a wind gate, okay? Wind gates, spirit gates, consciousness gates. Please.
I remember you saying the first pass is you're opening, the second one you're cleaning out, and the third you're closing.
Yeah, that's very, very old interpretation that you want to put in your lesson box, okay? It comes from Southeast Asia, from Japan. And, you know, if you're doing sets of threes, the first one you open the energy, then you enter it, you know, do your mantra, do your, you know, maybe these are clean, maybe these are, and then your third one you close it. So open, enter, close, which can also be interpreted as soft, gentle, soft, firm, soft. So you want to add these rhythms and these patterns because the mind has a natural proclivity to being sensitive to patterns, does it not, you guys? Okay? You see somebody's beautiful pattern on their clothing, and you're like, oh, just love that pattern. And you go to their house, you see their curtains, you just love that. Because the mind is naturally tuning in right away to patterns. So let's use patterns during and rhythms during our session. And I'd like you to experience this also, my friends. If you use this pattern here, you're going to induce such a profound state of rest. It's unimaginable. Okay? And look, you can do it anywhere in the body. It looks something like this. First, you connect with it. Do we have a pillow for you guys? Okay? So, first you feel the pressure in your palm. You add a little bit more, you feel the pressure in your wrist. You add a little bit more pressure, you feel the pressure in your elbow. You add a little bit more, watch my shoulder. You see? And then on this side, first feel it in your palm. A little bit more, feel it in your wrist. A little bit more, feel it in your elbow. A little bit more, feel it in your shoulder. If you use that pattern, you guys, you spend a little time, generosity of time, and you use that pattern, forget it, this person's gonna go. Why? Because their brain isn't, they're not stupid, they're picking up on it, they can predict the pattern. They predict it, and they find safety in the prediction, and then they just go to their favorite galaxy. They just go, okay? And so that's a pattern. So that's called sets of threes. I believe that's written in your one of the essays in your book, I'm not sure. Sets of threes. Of course, there's sets of ones. You know, just rock on, rock off, either with a sustained compression or a momentary compression. Either one of those are effective. Again, another pattern there. And then, of course, sets of fives, sets of fours, sets of sevens, anything you want to use like that. Okay? And yeah, using your Ujjayi breathing also, and using your mantra while you're doing this too. Okay, you guys? So here we go. Let's begin this little sequence now. Oh, so there's the pattern. So it looks like this. Nice way to start the session because it's in the middle of the body. Of course, you have to have the right head here. You guys got to have the right hat on, okay? Don't come in here with a sexual hat, and don't come in here with a sensual hat. If that happens, you have to develop that on your own. It's a big responsibility to be a sexual massage therapist. I have several friends who are sexual massage therapists. It's a huge responsibility. And the same thing with sensual. This is very sensual art, but just make sure you wear the right hat. If you're going to come in with a therapeutic mindset, wear that hat. But don't change your hats during a session. Because sometimes if you just move your thumb like this, and you've just changed the whole session. That's how powerful this is. Just the tiniest little motion, and the next thing you're taking control of this person. Maybe they were sensual and they needed therapy, and now you've done an offense. Okay, so just represent. Okay, now we can talk about sexual massage another time. So anyway, here we go. You find it, micro adjust, enjoy yourself, no jerky motions, float up, become a human tourniquet, dance with that pulse. Okay, you come out of it gently, use your mula bandha, use a prayer, bring it to the surface, slowly deflect it, sit back in meditation, don't continue, okay? We all know the story of that team of Western doctors who they wanted to check this. They've heard about this guy in Tibet, this shaman. And they put this one patient under all the highest technology, EKG machines and everything, you know. And they knew exactly where his problem was, in his heart. They knew what ventricle it was in. They knew exactly where his problem was. And they took this patient up to this shaman in Tibet. And of course he did pulse diagnosis like so, okay, which is actually 3 different, 6 levels. There's light and deep, light and deep, light and deep. And this shaman told them exactly the same thing that they had discovered with all of the equipment. So can you even imagine what we're finding with the femoral pulse? Because it's the size of your index finger, that's how big your femoral pulse is. And the information that's being given to you. If they can get all that information from here, can you imagine what information we're getting from the Namhar, from here? So that's the kind of therapist you have to become, that sensitive, okay? You have to come with an empty slate, an empty computer, and then later you have a talk with a person or a cup of tea, and you get to share what you discovered, okay? So that's how sensitive you have to be. And mantras will clear your brain too if you just use mantras, okay? Enjoy yourselves. Come out like that very nicely, and then a little stuff here at the wall. Just see it. Okay, guys, I have a woman here, so I'm going to treat her left leg first. I think you'll love this sequence. If you feel the person is helping you, which anesthesia was doing, you give them a little tap here, and you say, so gross, so gross. So we sit on our bum, you guys, and you slide your foot underneath like this. Again, I love this art because it's so casual. You can be having a cup of tea with somebody, and look how nice this is. So you're going to need to make sure you don't have any kind of awkward angles like this. You really want to have the foot coming in. I came up the center line, you have the foot coming straight like this, and I'm going to share a bunch of procedures from this wonderful, simple little position like that. The first one, of course, is the beautiful ankle rotations, okay? And look how nice it is. You put your thumb right alongside here. No need to grip, okay? Just right on top. Let it rip, you guys. Wide circles and narrow circles, slow circles and fast circles. Really break out those adhesions. Really bring in, and remember, direct your attention to the psychological benefits. Also, the ankle represents responsibility. The feet are representing foundation, like our psychological foundation too. So you have this opportunity to really go into yourself and not just have it be Western, blood and muscles and bones. Okay, like so. Okay, so enjoy yourselves. Round and round you go. When you want to change directions, come to stillness for a moment, and then boom, we go in the other direction too, okay? Just like that. Enjoy yourselves. Very nice procedures to come into a knee bridge here. Okay, you slide up a little bit, and you position here, and then you can do a variety of technique. Very casual, again, so darn casual. Then come in here, big bird wings here with your elbows, and you can just crush. You can crush the ankle back and forth like this. Then you can come in here and you can work the ankle like this, which they do in sports and the Olympics and things. They have to get edema out of there and things. And then you shimmy all the way up to the top, rolling these joints. Don't be rolling any joints in here. These joints, you guys, not the other joints. I know there's nobody in here that smokes pot anyway. Cannabis, yes! Awesome. Enjoy yourselves with that. Now there's a nice accentuation here. Takes a little practice. It works with either hand. Pulverizing some grains of rice on the foot. Look at her cranium moving, you guys. Look how far this goes. Sometimes percussion is the only technique that's going to penetrate deep enough. Works with either hand. Okay, you guys, enjoy this. You can only imagine. You see this book here? Did I talk about this already? 1928, published. That man is Dr. Benedict Lust. He is the national chairman of the Naturopath Society. He had 500 doctors in his organization. And they use no drugs, no surgery, dealing with all kinds of things. And no drugs, no surgery, 1928. Okay, enjoy yourselves, lots of love. Make this work. Okay, and roll these joints together very vigorously. Accentuations, okay? Come out of this again. Let's offer a light supination and a strong supination. So the light one is, of course, for the elderly or for the children. Inside hand would be mother, outside hand would be child. It'll come across like so. And then your big bird wings again, and you just twist the foot like it's a washcloth. Just wring it out. Feel nice? Yeah. Just wring it out. Use the stay when technique because you'll be amazed at how much power you can put into this. Also, the opposite. This hand now is the stabilizer, right angle, boom, pronating the foot also. Okay, have your first few passes be uneventful, and use the say when technique. You're going to say when? See what I mean, you guys? How strong you're right here? And I wouldn't have known that. Now, there's a strong, now, when we're on the floor here, you guys, like so, which we'll do in a little while, maybe I could have done this first, and you're doing your compressions here, the surface here is preventing her from maybe achieving a bigger range of motion. But when you do here, like this, my friends, you can go much further. So just keep that in mind. And now we're going to do the strong supination. So this is a light supination. Now we do strong. So you snake over the top with your outside hand. Biggest, most important move here is to put the big toe under your forearm. Okay? And then this hand on top. Lean back until you see your opposite shoulder move, like so. And then you crank your elbow down until she smiles. Somewhere right around there. See how much further we went than the floor before? You see the floor was preventing us? And so that what you see the Thai ladies and Thai guys doing, they turn it into a dance. When they come out of it, they offer several of these like this. You know, nice undulating your own spine. And Anastasia, she would feel this. And then, of course, every once in a while you get serious. You pull and you crank that foot down. You just crank your elbow to your hip, okay? It's a beautiful lateral rotation of the leg and also a big supination of the foot. I don't even know if that's a supination. What the hell is that? It's kind of deviations. And of course, pronation also. And of course, you know the light version like this. The strong version is where you snake over the top. You cradle the heel, put the toes underneath your forearm. That's probably the most important thing to do here. And then you lean back and you crank your elbow down, and you just enjoy yourself. Okay, just crank it down, and you get so much more juice out of this than if the floor would do like so. Okay, makes sense, you guys? You can always come back and like so. Alrighty. So these are called metatarsal alignments, and you disappear the small toe entirely. And index finger is focused underneath here. You add some circles, and you lean back, and you get this nice alignment. Okay, metatarsal tarsal alignment. Circles and pop. There's a triple pop there, girl. Yeah, that was like a triple. You will be getting an invoice for that too. Okay.
Triple invoice.
Yeah. Circles and.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a double, girl. Your bill is going to be astronomical.
Like a medical bill.
Shoot.
Oh yeah.
No insurance.
I ain't no hippie, girl. Circle and. Oh, little one, oh, cute. Now the big toe is a little bit different, you guys. Same thing with the thumb. We're going to be doing the hands and the arms later. And the big toe is a little bit different. You're going to angle it down. You're going to sustain it. Add your circles to open up the chakra a little bit, like that. And then lean back, and you get the alignment. Now these are very important because emotionally it's affecting a person too. If they're feeling insecure in the world, their toes are pulling inwards, all the tendons and ligaments are pulling in there. They don't want to go out in the world. So this is a, an affirmation. This is a fortitude for them. So now big toe like so. Okay, circle it like back and forth. And well, let's take some bets, you guys. You think it's in here or not?
Yes.
Who's intuitive? You think it's in here?
Yeah.
Nice pop? You think so?
Yeah.
Who thinks there's nothing in there? You two know? Put your money up.
I left my wallet.
Okay, here we go. You ready?